Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really aiming straight for the heart of Mahamudra practice.
Yes, we're looking at how to actually maintain the mind in its natural state.
And we're doing this by drawing directly from the big lineage masters, Tilopa, Saraha, Gampopa. It's about getting a shortcut to the really sophisticated stuff.
Exactly. This is maybe less for beginners and more for you, the practitioner, who's, let's say, comfortable with basic meditation, but now asking, okay, how do I actually drop the effort?
Right. We're moving past the standard techniques.
We are. It's all about that non-conceptual path, just allowing the mind to, well, to be.
And the thing that hits you right away, especially if you've done a lot of, say, formal sitting practice, is how counterintuitive the starting point is.
Oh, absolutely. Tilopa starts with negation.
He tells us what not to do. These are his famous 6 methods of resting the mind.
It's like he's dismantling the whole effort-based approach from the get-go. The full instruction is, it's quite something.
Can you lay it out for us?
Sure. Translated, it's basically stop remembering, stop reflecting, stop anticipating, stop meditating, stop
Analyzing, wow.
and instead just let the mind stay in its natural spontaneous state.
Okay, let's unpack those. The first 3 feel a bit like mental hygiene almost.
They do, but applied really rigorously.
Yeah.
So stop remembering. That's about not clinging to the past, not getting lost in old thoughts.
Makes sense.
Then stop reflecting. It means don't complicate what's arising right now. Don't add layers to present thoughts.
Got it. And the future.
That's stop anticipating. Don't get caught up in hopes or fears or elaborate plans. Just cut the connection to future projections.
So essentially, stop manipulating time in your head.
You got it. Stop messing with the timeline.
Okay, but then we hit the 4th point, and this is where, for me at least, it gets really radical. Stop meditating. I mean, wait a second. If the goal is realizing the mind's nature, how can the instruction possibly be not to meditate? That seems like the opposite of what we should do.
It's stunning, isn't it? But absolutely critical. The moment you try to establish a specific meditative state, maybe using an object or a visualization or even just forceful concentration.
Right. You've created a division.
Precisely. You've instantly set up a duality. The meditator, the I who is doing it, and the object, the state you're trying to achieve.
And Mahamudra is all about going beyond that duality.
Exactly. Any conscious striving, any effort, introduces that split. Saraha, the great Brahmin, was really uncompromising on this.
What did he say?
He warned that this effort, this whole game of meditation versus the one meditating, it actually pollutes the mind. It closes off the path.
Closes the pack. Strong words.
He basically asked, look, if you can't ultimately find a separate meditation or a separate meditator, then what's actually left to meditate on?
When you put it like that.
From the ultimate view, the answer is nothing.
Oh.
The mind has to remain beyond concepts, beyond duality.
Okay, let's keep going through Tilopa's list. The 5th negation, stop analyzing. Now, this also feels counterintuitive. We usually use our intellect, our analysis, to understand things. Why stop?
Because the mind's fundamental nature is described as pure initially. It's already free from extremes, free from complexity, free from contamination.
So you can't really make it an object of study in the usual way.
Exactly. It's not something you can pin down with intellectual dissection, trying to grasp something that's inherently spacious and non-conceptual with concepts. Well, you just end up limiting it, trapping it.
Right, and this is where those amazing, almost visceral analogies from the masters come in. They help us grasp it without conceptualizing too much.
Oh, definitely. Sarah had a really vivid one for this.
Yeah.
He said, trying to analyze the mind's ultimate nature is like stirring a stick in a nest of poisonous snakes.
Whoa! Okay, that's an image you don't forget.
Right. It doesn't bring clarity. It just stirs things up, creates agitation, maybe even danger.
It really highlights the risk of overthinking something that's fundamentally simple, or non-complex at least.
It does. Because even if you use sophisticated analytical techniques, like, say, Vipassana methods of checking is it one, is it many, you're still distracting the mind with complex mental stuff.
Instead of seeing clearly, you're just creating more abstraction.
Exactly. It's described as falling from the bright light of day into the darkness of a bottomless abyss. You lose the directness.
And Virupa summed it up.
Yeah, Virupa basically said the ordinary mind can't be explained or fully grasped using our usual dualistic ways of thinking. It has to stay untainted by concepts.
So Tilopa gives us this intense, stop doing list. It's all about letting go. But then, where do we go from there?
This leads us to Gampopa, right? Tilopa's spiritual grandson.
Yes. Gampopa kind of shifts the emphasis. Once you've grasped the what not to do, he gives more guidance on how to be, how to actually rest in that state.
More positive instruction.
Right. He gives 4 key ways the mind should abide. Without effort, in its natural state, without tension, and relaxed. Okay, let's really zero in on that first one. Abiding without effort. This feels like the absolute core. The mind can settle itself if you just leave it alone.
That's the radical insight.
But how do you trust that? Especially if you've spent years training in, actively focusing, actively maintaining concentration.
That trust is the practice, in a way. The more you can genuinely let go of trying, just rest back, the more stable the mind naturally becomes.
So stop fighting the distraction. Stop chasing the clarity.
Precisely. If you truly don't react, don't cling, don't reject the mental chatter, just calms down spontaneously.
And this is where Shamatha and Vipassana come together, that unity we hear about.
Exactly. This is crucial, especially for the advanced perspective we're taking. It's not 2 separate things you practice sequentially anymore.
Explain that a bit more.
Well, Shamatha is the calm, the stability, the mind not wandering off. Vipassana is the clear seeing, the insight into the mind's nature. When you stop striving, stop manipulating, they arise together, fused, instantly. The mind is just left as is. Mahasiddha Shang described the result as this feeling of openness, like infinite space. He actually called that the Dharmakaya, the ultimate reality itself.
So the highest state arises from stopping.
Yes, Tilopa confirmed it. When the mind is unconditioned and not strained, it establishes itself in the natural state spontaneously. This, he said, is the same as realizing Mahamudra.
Effort becomes the obstacle.
The ultimate obstacle in this context.
Okay, so that connects directly to the other points from Gampopa. Abide without tension and abide relaxed. What does that really mean for the mind to be relaxed?
Saraha again gives us a great image. He compares a mind under tension to a prisoner, always dreaming of escape, always restless.
Constantly trying to get somewhere else.
Right, but once the prisoner is freed, they often just stop. They remain still. He says it's like a stubborn camel tied to a post, maybe even reluctant to move initially.
So our constant effort to force the mind into some ideal state just creates more tension.
Exactly, it makes it agitated. True relaxation here means complete non-judgment, non-manipulation.
Don't label things.
Don't label anything. Don't evaluate thoughts or feelings as good or bad. Don't categorize experiences as samsara or nirvana. Just leave the mind. His image for this is beautiful. Leave it like a bundle of straw scattered on the ground after the rope binding it was cut.
Total release. Unbound.
Total, unconstrained, immediate release.
It's amazing how much these masters relied on analogies. It feels like they knew they were pointing at something beyond words, so they gave us these images to hook onto.
Absolutely. They're approximations, ways to feel into the state. Gampopa offered 3 really classic ones for how the mind should abide.
What are they?
First, like the sky, free of clouds. That points to freedom from concepts, from mental clutter.
Openness.
Yes. Second, like the ocean without waves. That's about profound stability, deep calm.
Still.
And third, like a lamp whose flame is steady and unshaken by the wind. That suggests the mind's original awareness, pure, bright, and undisturbed by passing thoughts or distractions.
Wow. Sky, ocean, lamp flame. Powerful. And there's the 4 syllables of Mahamudra imagery too, right? That feels more dynamic somehow.
It does. The mind should abide effortlessly, like a Garuda flying in the sky, just soaring, naturally sustained, majestic.
Effortless action.
And crucially, with a clear gaze that's not clinging to anything, like a child looks with admiration at painted temple walls.
Explain to the child at the temple walls.
The child sees the bright colors, the forms, the beauty, the clarity is totally there.
Yeah.
But they're not analyzing it, not judging it, not getting tangled up in concepts about the painting. They just see.
Pure perception without attachment.
Exactly. Clarity without clinging.
So if we bring all this together, Tilopa's negations, Gampopa's qualities of abiding, what's the ultimate takeaway? Tilopa summed it up again, didn't he?
He did. His final synthesis is basically the entire path in a nutshell. Refuse mental complications, conceptual analysis, meditation, hope, and fear. Let the mind function naturally.
Just let it be.
That's the essence. The fruit ripens because you stop trying to force it.
Now, this is probably the place for that critical warning, especially for people seriously practicing this. We need to be careful not to mistake pleasant states for the final goal. Right?
Absolutely crucial. This is a distinction Gampopa hammered home, especially for more advanced practitioners. There's a huge difference between temporary meditative experiences and ultimate realization.
They are not the same thing.
Not at all. The meditative state might be wonderful. You experience great clarity, maybe bliss, maybe a complete lack of thoughts for a while. It feels amazing. But still, it's a state. It's conditioned, temporary.
And realization involves something more.
Realization requires prajna, wisdom. It's using that penetrating insight to see the true nature of everything, including those experiences of bliss or clarity, as empty, as ultimately non-existent in the way we usually perceive them.
Without that wisdom, the insight into emptiness, it's just a nice feeling.
It's just a heightened state, maybe deep concentration, but it's transient. It won't liberate you.
Reminds me of Milarepa's warning, something about the tree trunk and the fruit.
Exactly. Milarepa said the trunk of the tree is not the same as its fruit, and similarly, single-pointed concentration is not the same as awareness.
You can have the stability, the trunk, but not the fruit, the realization.
Precisely. So until you achieve that ultimate realization, any feelings that come up in practice, bliss, clarity, even emptiness experiences, treat them as transient. Don't cling to them.
The real practice needs both a stability and insight together.
Yes, the simultaneous unity of Shamatha and Vipassana, calm, abiding, and clear seeing. Stability without insight, Gampopa warned, is just a comfortable form of ignorance.
Okay, so wrapping this incredible deep dive up, we started with this radical idea from Tilopa. Stop doing all the things we thought led to realization.
Stop meditating, stop analyzing.
And we found that the highest attainment, the spiritual fruit, actually arises spontaneously when we just allow the mind to be in its natural state, free from all our usual manipulation.
Free from concepts, free from effort.
And this brings us right back to that almost shocking claim from Virupa. The ordinary mind is the ultimate truth.
Right. If the mind's pure nature is already here, already realized in a sense, and you can't actually ignore it or analyze it away, if it just is.
Then what does that mean for all our striving, all our daily efforts to achieve something spiritually?
That's the provocative thought, isn't it? If it's already here, what do you need to stop doing, stop striving for, knowing that fundamentally you've already arrived? What changes when you realize there's nothing extra to attain?
A profound place to leave it. An incredible exploration of effortlessness. Thank you. We hope you, our listeners, find immense value in contemplating these direct instructions.